Captain on the bridge.
Alrighty, Captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online X feed. So, on screen. Yes, Captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, but also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to our YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains where we can share our love, our passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, that said, here we go. Caps, as we normally will do, is we'll go over the blogs. We have about three things to go over. We'll drop the ECs while we do so, and then at the end give our conclusion. So first up, we knew this was coming. The Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead is coming to Xbox and PlayStation this Wednesday. Check out all its stats in this blog. There we go. Captains, again, you know that we have the ship already, to those who have been following us here on the channel. And huge shout out still to Mikey, or aka Damon Tar, for gifting us the Protostar. It's fun. It is a fun little ship. I will stress the word little. It is pretty small. I thought it was going to be the size of a Nova, and actually is really small. But for the sake of having the hero ship of a Star Trek series, I'm glad I have it. Having said that, Prodigy hasn't been really a show that I followed. I've seen some clips here. Love the pew pew scene there that they did at the very end there, with all the Federation ships and then all the other ships from different factions coming in. That was awesome. That was pretty cool. Gave us some wicked visuals there, and of course showed us what this ship is capable of doing. I don't necessarily agree with the seating that they gave us, but it is what it is. I would have rather it have almost something like what the Nova got, which was pilot maneuvers, because that just would have made a little more sense. But anyways, so we'll just read this quickly. So, command the Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead. And again, of course, it is coming on Wednesday, courtesy of Prodigy. So the Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead was built around a prototype warp drive built around a literal protostar, and it represents a bold step into the unknown for Starfleet. The first ship of the class was drawn into a temporal anomaly, fit to give the Department of Temporal Investigation nightmares, disentangling a disastrous first contact that threatened to leave two civilizations in ruins. Stranded across the galaxy and crewed by an escaped child laborers, led by a holographic advisor, Janeway, which is pretty cool. I think them bringing back Janeway as a hologram, or as a holographic whatever, I thought that was pretty cool, and it gave us more Janeway, because we do love the Janeway. The Protostar has proven itself to be a resilient and adaptable home for the wayward and hope for the hopeless. The advanced shielding technology required to keep its tiny star contained has borne fruit for protecting the hull. Adding to the overall resilience and flexibility, this is the hallmark of Starfleet's experimental ship design, and the integrated living construct on board demonstrates the virtue of durability when keeping an open mind in the face of hostility. Whatever your troubles and wherever your home, the Protostar will get you there safely. So, again, we've gone over this. We're just going to go over the stats quickly again, just for those who are just tuning in for the console news. Again, it's a fun ship. It has all the right looks. I think my favorite view of this ship is the side view here. I love the way this looks. Again, kind of reminds me of a Nova, Sovereign-esque, even a little bit of the Vesta, but it's a pretty fun ship. So again, Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead. So this starship includes a Commander Science / Temporal Operations Specialist Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Commander Engineering Miracle Worker Specialist Bridge Officer seat. So again, Tier 6, Federation Online. Must complete the tutorial. Hull mod is 1, Shield mod is 1.6. It is a 4-3 layout, device slot 3, Bridge Officer Stations. There again, we have a Commander Science / Temporal Operation, Operations, 1 Lieutenant Commander Engineering Miracle Worker, 1 Commander Tactical, Ensign Psi, and a Lieutenant Universal. For the slots, they got 2 TAC, 4 Eng, and 5 Psi. Its base turn rate is 9, impulse mod is 0.21, inertia 45. You get this as well, 5 shield power, 10 engine power, 5 aux. Can equip dual cannons. The console is the reformed living construct. It has a sec def slot, sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, And of course it has Proto Warp, Molecular Reconstruction Ship Mechanic, because it is a temporal ship. Starship Mastery Package is of a science vessel. So what do you get? Plus exotic, plus shield, plus healing, plus shield region / hardest, and trait is Hex Grid Shield Focusing. And the Admiralty stats is right there, 42, 47, 37. And when it's alone, plus 35 psi. So yes, the living construct here, it just turns your enemy NPCs against each other. There's no real visual other than them having like this red hue. Pretty cool. And it's literally taking notes from the last scene there. I believe it was Supernova or whatever that last episode was, or the last couple episodes there, where the ships turn on each other. So that's pretty cool. And here, the tooltip here, what it does here. Target self takes over up to 8 nearby starships for whatever, how many seconds, confusing them, placating them, and engaging them in combat with each other. So that's good to take the heat off of you, especially when you're by yourself on a mission. While confused and placated, foes receive whatever bonus damage, and it scales with control expertise and your aux power. It does have a passive boost to your starship control expertise and shield power. They're really been pushing the shield power stuff here over the years, but it really doesn't mean anything because things die so quickly with it. And then the trait itself is the Hex Grid Shield Focusing. After achieving level 5 in your Protostar Temporal Science Spearhead, you will unlock the Hex Grid Shield Focusing Starship trait. While the trait is slotted, manually redistributing shields grant critical severity based on the total capacity of the forward shields. So they want you to obviously manually redistribute your shields to the front. Up to a cap of 60,000 forward shields. Doesn't sound like a very good trait, but it's there if you want to do some theme stuff with it. Of course, that is your prerogative, Caps. And of course, it also has a proto warp. This vessel has a powerful and experimental proto warp drive that improves and replaces the slipstream drive used in sector space. It also replaces the visual element of transwarp. Pretty cool. I love the visual when you're in sector space. The transformation when you're transwarping from, let's say, to a new system or to mission start, the animation's so quick. I wish they kind of did something where it would just kind of move forward a little bit, transform the ship to the Protostar warp drive configuration, and then go, but it's like literally instant. You don't really get to see it. But when you are flying this through sector space at full warp there, it's pretty cool looking. I will give it that. So again, to my console Caps, it is coming there. If you're a huge Prodigy fan, then I believe you'll just have fun with this for the sake of just having the ship in your fleet. So there's that. And again, we actually did cover that here on the channel, I believe a little bit more in depth, but there wasn't a lot to this blog here. And we also, of course, did our theme build on it, which we still have. And it was fun. It was really fun. And we hopefully will be able to get back to that ship as well in the near future. Here you go. Next up, so Red Alert PC Captains starting Thursday. Complete Red Alerts in Star Trek Online and earn great rewards, including an experimental ship upgrade token. So this is the 2-week version of this event. So the galaxy goes to Red Alert. Again, it is for 2 weeks. So the entire galaxy is going to Red Alert from November 2nd to the 16th. All the alerts will be returning at once as the final frontier is caught in a massive invasion on all sides. During this event, you'll be able to play the following content. So we know that this is going to be until the next event that we're going to be having. Of course, we're gearing up for the winter event. As well, I guess before that, it would be the last event campaign, which we already know what it is. It is the Feast. Not my favorite of events, but it's going to be there. It is going to be the last one of this year. That'll definitely happen right after this Red Alert, so they need to fill in that gap, and this is how they usually do that. So what's returning? Of course, all the old hits, Borg, Elachi, Tholians, and Kethi, and the Nakul Red Alert. And of course, all we have to do is finish this, and then we will get an ultimate tech upgrade, a specialization point, and an experimental ship upgrade token. So for those new captains, it is a great, easy way to get an upgrade for one piece of gear. It's only one, but it'll save you a lot of dilithium and resources. A specialization point, if you're leveling a new captain, you can use that to get a whole new level, or a whole level, I should say. and of course the experimental ship upgrade token, because we know we're going to need to do that if we want a T6X to our ships, because of course now that is a thing. So I believe there's only a progress of 10, and then of course afterwards, once you're done, like always, it says it here, you can keep playing it. Also, not only for the marks, right? Because you also get marks that you can use for reputation. It's only 30, it's not a lot. It's not the full daily, but it's still something. Enough to at least do your daily for your reputations. But of course, once you get the grand prize, keep doing it, and it'll start, you can start earning the lithium ore starting at 8,000, and of course, increases each day. I always say, and I'll always keep saying, always do the events even after you claim the prize to get your in-game resources, especially the lithium ore. Because what I use it for, of course, is getting the dilithium ore converted to the refined dilithium and then converting that to Zen. That's how we get the ships that we do for the most part and have been for the past couple of years. Of course, Red Alert Task Force operations are available to captains level 50 or higher. Head out to defend the galaxy. Captains go to Red Alert. So again, even if you're done your reputations, get those marks, you can still turn those marks into the lithium ore via the reputation. So there is that. So lastly, here we go. We know that this is coming, but here they're letting us know. So tomorrow is the last day to order 3D printed ships. You'll have until midnight Pacific time to put in your orders. Thank you so much to GamePrint for this amazing program. We already covered this back October 3rd, that they're ending the 3D printing program. So we've decided not to get any of the ships. I just don't want to risk it, to be honest with you, personally, to get a ship and then with nacelles drooping or not even, or pylons just drooping. So as much as we want to, we're gonna pass, I think, at this point, and we'll just try to get other ships other ways. I'm pretty sure there will be other ways in the future. Hopefully there are even other sort of outlets where they've actually already put it into 3D printing and you can just kind of buy that. So I've seen that out there. At this point, again, we're just not going to, but you have your last chance here as of this video. This will of course end on October 31st. That is as of this video today. So that is your last chance, Captain. So that is the video. Just thought we would give that quick update to you, Captain. So do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Also, of course, comment below. Let us know if on the console bridge you'll be getting the Protostar, and if you do, what do you plan on doing with it? How are you going to build it? And if you are also going to be trying to get your last orders in for the 3D printed ships. So with that said, Captain, subscribe to the YouTube bridge, and we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.